What is up, YouTube? It's your guy Fabian coming back at you with another video, this time on GGPI Stock. Before we begin, I want to remind you guys I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing that you see or hear on my channel should be considered financial advice. Alright, with that being said, let's jump right into it. So guys, looking at GGPI right now, and the chart is kind of breaking out the way I predicted that it would, right? So on my last video, sorry guys, I'm getting a little sick. So if you hear me clear my throat a lot, it's just I don't know what's going on. I think I might have the flu or COVID. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get a test later. But with that being said, back to this. So just excuse me on that. So like I said before, the chart was showing the head and shoulders pattern, right? So here's a shoulder, here's the head, and here's another shoulder that was forming, but now it has fully formed. So typically head and shoulders patterns, we see them, they're bearish, right? So unless it's an inverse, but the head and shoulders pattern is bearish. So we're watching this one. So just in case it drops below this neckline zone, right, then we can expect a further push downward, right? And so this is on my last video, I had drawn this out, but the stock was like up here somewhere, right? So it showed some strength, but it never did get above this head, never did get above that zone. So it continued to trend back downward. And so I even put some notes here, if the price breaks through the neckline zone with the body of a candle, a stronger move downward is typically expected, right? So we're watching this right now. If this drops any lower, then we expect a move downward, which would be just another great dip buying opportunity, right, guys? So just looking at this stock, right now it is trading above the 120-day moving average, but it's still below the 20 and the 50-day moving average, right? So if I had to, let me see what will happen with this stock. So expect this stock to come down and test the 120-day moving average, which is at 1092, right? And it's in our neckline zone. If it breaks below that, then yeah, definitely expect a move downward, right? And let's see. So there isn't much more room below that. I mean, what, 1001 is like the lowest where we can find some support. So if you liked SoFi at 12, 13, 14, I mean, why are you not liking it right now, right? At the 11 bucks. And it can possibly go down a little lower. But we'll look for it to test this support right here, and if it does in fact bounce off support, then who knows, right? Maybe a move upward is in the cards for GGPI. Sorry if I said SoFi earlier, I just did a video on them, but I still very much like GGPI, guys. Let me see, let's take a look at the hour. So yeah, we can see. So we'll probably come down and test this 1099 level of support. And if it breaks below there, well, then what do we say? It was 1083, and then 1044 would be the next levels of support. So I would be, if I was, not financial advice, of course, but I'd be looking to get in GGPI at these incredible prices, right? Anything below $11, that's just a really great deal, guys. You guys got to really watch this one, right? So we'll kind of let this one play out. Like I said, head and shoulders pattern, and it has shown that it's breaking to the downside, right? Now, I wanted to quickly go over an article with you guys on GGPI. So this one says GGPI still looks very cheap, which it does, right? So I already read the article. It just kind of, well, let's kind of read it together. It says that the deal is not expected to close until sometime in the first half of 2022, but GGPI stocks looks like a good bargain here, worth at least 23% more at $14 per share. So then they kind of go into, to explain market caps and then they kind of go into sales projected, and then they say, it's a lot of technical jargon, but they do let you know that GGPI is a good buy compared to NIO and Tesla, right? So yeah, it goes on to say here, a comparable metric for Tesla, right here. Let's to be more conservative, let's do the same thing with Polestar's 2023 forecast revenue, page 34. So they did a slide deck, and then I'm not going to go into the slide deck, but they say the discount factor 2 years out at 15% is 75.6%. Therefore, the 66.7 billion 2023 revenue is equal to about 5 billion today. That puts GGPI stock on a 2023 PS metric of just 4.7 times revenue. The comparable figure for NIO stock is 4.15, so it's a little bit higher than NIO, right? And based on this guy did his calculations using Seeking Alpha revenue estimates. That puts GGPI slightly higher than NIO, but then that also goes to say a comparable metric for Tesla stock is 15.7 times revenue based on my calculations. Thus, as a result, GGPI stock does not appear overvalued compared to Tesla, right? So it just appears a little bit slightly overvalued compared to NIO, but definitely not compared to Tesla, right? And then it says what to do with GGPI stock. The bottom line is that GGPI stock appears slightly more expensive than NIO, but significantly less than Tesla stock. Then it goes on to say, moreover, compared to Lucid, GGPI stock looks very reasonable, for example. And then it just goes on to say that Lucid has a valuation of 68.18 billion, and the stock trades 16 times 2023 revenue. It's valued. So compare that to Polestar, 4.7 times its PS metric. So it's pretty much just saying that, it's looking really, really good compared to Lucid, which I love Lucid. I have a solid position in Lucid, which I'm not going to sell for anytime soon, right, guys? I full-heartedly believe that Lucid will be doing great things, and as well as GGPI, right? But if we're being honest, GGPI is already producing, thousands of cars, right? We're just still waiting for Lucid to see if they've produced even the 520 or was it 570, right? So it's just, this article is just kind of hammering home that it's really just a great buy, and this thing is just waiting to explode, right? So this guy goes on to say that I feel GGPI stock could easily rise 23% from here to $14 per share, and I myself think that's very conservative, right? I can see this thing going into the 20s post merger. So definitely something to keep an eye out, guys. I didn't want to go over this whole article with you because it was a little bit long, but I did in fact just read it, and it's just kind of hammering home why it's still a good buy. Now we're looking at tip ranks. It doesn't have much. Like I said, everybody's still sleeping on GGPI, right? They still give it a 4, which is neutral. Sentiment is very positive amongst tip rank investors. The analysts, they just there's not enough data there, so we have no score from them. And then hedge fund activity has in fact decreased, which is okay for us. It's just giving us a dip buying opportunity, right? So for the dumb money investors that we are, right, we're just gonna end up buying this up, and they'll come back in. Just right now they are kind of holding off, but it's okay. They'll be back in. The whole stock market is getting hit right now with what's going on with the Fed and the interest rates. So just kind of me myself, I'm just kind of I'm loading up little by little, man. All these dips, I'm just buying, right? And I see this one having a big move soon. Obviously, when with the merger coming up. So definitely keep an eye on it. I just wanted to give you guys an update on this one. Sorry about the long video. I just kind of wanted to make this video because I seen the chart kind of developing how I thought it would. But thank you for watching. Like always, consider subscribing and liking, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye bye.